Today I will be reviewing the LEGO Lord of the Rings Shire set. With the release of the LEGO Shire set, there has been a lot of controversy on whether it's a well-priced set, whether it stands up to other sets in the theme, and whether it's a worthy buy. I will be reviewing 5 categories, each worth 20 points: building experience, minifigures, features, displayability, and value. I will then total them up to give the set an overall score out of 100. Building experience. I thought that the building experience was overall good, with almost no repetition. There were some parts that were redundant, the trees, however, not as bad as the elephant in the room, Rivendell, with the roof and its trees. Now, this just took me under 6 hours to complete, and I've seen other people reporting that they've built it in 4.5 hours. So make sure to turn on the Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition while building. Was the build boring? Not at all. I love the Shire, and I think it was a very beautiful build that came out to be quite accurate to the movies. You would build the base, then the ground, the interior, and then the garden. Building in 3 separate sections made the laborious task of building the base more bearable. Overall, my building experience wasn't very repetitive, didn't take too long, and flowed nicely. I would give it a 16 out of 20. Minifigures. Now, where this set really shines is in the minifigures. 9 minifigures, and they're all exclusive. Granted, some minifigures are not quite exclusive, but they add to the overall experience. First off, some characters are appearing for the first time in minifigure form. We have Rosie Cotton, Odo Proudfoot, who is Bilbo's cousin, and Mrs. Proudfoot. It's great that we finally get these figures, but even better, Rosie and Mrs. Proudfoot have new skirt molds. It's great to get all the hobbits in their party clothes, but I also love where you can swap Merry and Pippin's face and hair to show them after they shot off the firework. The least exclusive figure is Gandalf. He does in fact have a printed beard, which improves upon the figure from Rivendell, so it's nice they didn't reuse the minifig. The minifigure selection is great. They could have included the Sackville Bagginses, but besides that, I think they did an overall great job on the minifigs. I would give it an 18 out of 20. Features. This set has a few features and Easter eggs. I think the most notable feature is being able to make Bilbo disappear when spinning the gear behind the party stage. Also, inside a bag end, when you turn the knob, it takes the burning envelope and reveals the ring inside. I will say, I would have liked it if they had printed the inscription on the ring. However, this would have been nearly impossible to print. Being able to switch out Merry and Pippin's hair is a nicely added feature. There is an unprinted hedgehog piece sitting on the window, which is actually an Easter egg from the movie, where the designers placed pine cones in the set of Bag End to show the scale of how it was built. Also, above the mantle, where there's some cheese for Bilbo to snack on, you can see the pictures of Bilbo's parents, Belladonna Took and Bungo Baggins. A fun fact, though, is that the paintings made for the movies were based on Fran Walsh and Peter Jackson. I wouldn't say that this set is lacking in features, but I don't think it has enough play features for its price point. As much as I like what has been included, there's just not enough. I would give it a 12 out of 20 for features. Displayability. Now, when it comes time to make a decision on whether or not to buy a LEGO set, you have to find the space to put it. The Shire will easily fit on many bookshelves. However, you might run into issues if you don't have a deep enough floating shelf, as the set is 11 inches deep. In terms of how the set can be displayed, there are many options. You could put Bag In by itself with Gandalf's cart, which recreates the charming scene from the movie. You could also put the mini builds on the side, as Bilbo's 111th birthday was celebrated in front of Bag End. However, the builds also display well by themselves, too. All of the details really add up when considering a set of this size. There are nice printed carpet pieces inside a Bag End, and the windows have printed tiles with bricks on them. The new textiles included in this set are very accurate to the films and are a nice addition. Gandalf's cart is a much needed upgrade from the 2012 set. For fans of The Hobbit, Bilbo's contract and Thorin's map are included. The Red Book of Westmarch, where The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit were written, is also included. However, to my disappointment, there is no chandelier for Gandalf to get caught on and then bump his head. But he's not even tall enough for this in the set anyway. I really think they got the details down right in this set. Yes, they could have added more, but overall, they did a good job. And for that, I'll give it a 15. Value. Now, this is the most controversial topic about this set. So many people have already ranted on about the price, so I'll try my best to keep it simple. Some people value sets on the price to piece ratio. If you look at it this way, it's 13.4 cents per piece. Considering that most sets these days are around 12 cents per piece, this is overpriced. Also, if you add in the gift with purchase, it's 12.3 cents per piece, compared to 8.1 in Rivendell and 8.4 in Barad-dûr. This is way out of the park. Seeing as it has been released under the Icons theme to go along with Rivendell and Barad-dûr, even though it's $270, it probably won't be discounted at all. Now, if you purchased it with the Smeagol and Deagle GWP, then it lightens the price by adding 181 pieces and 2 exclusive minifigs. Also, if you were wanting to sell it to compensate for the price, it's already selling for around $60 to $80 sealed on eBay. Now, to sort of explain the huge price hike for this set, there are some expensive pieces in this set. There are 2 new printed textile elements. Also, the new printed rugs and brick pieces around the windows will be very valuable to mock builders. However, the recently released Leonardo da Vinci set is only $50 with 3 exclusive cloth elements. So, for what people were thinking would be a $230 set at most, $50 would clearly be too much of a price bump for this set. Sadly, taking all of this into account, the value for this set is not very good. Being a Lord of the Rings fan myself, I can say that adds value to this for me, because we haven't had a set like this before, other than the 2012 Bag End. For value, since the GWP is over, I can only give this set a 10 out of 20. Conclusion. For the result, we get a 71 out of 100. This gives us a flat out average set. I don't think that it's a bad set, just the value isn't that good. They could have done a lot of things to make it better, but honestly, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you have to have this. However, unlike Rivendell and Barad-dûr, I don't think this will be a set that most LEGO fans will get, just due to the value not being that good. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you have a great day. And make sure to comment what you think about this set, or whether you'll be buying it or not. And once more, have a great day.